You have every team here. Yeah, it's all in front of you. You used to work in front offices. What was your major takeaway from today? Who impressed you the most?
To me, those two quarterbacks, when you look at Kafka, what he did, Mike Kafka was around with the Philadelphia Eagles. I've never seen him throw it as well as he did on the field here today. And then Tyler Wilson, who we've mentioned, I think both these guys are going to have a chance to get on a roster. They're going to have a chance to make a football team. A huge success story for this inaugural Veteran Combine if both these guys stick, and I think they got a good chance.
For me, it was the running back, Mikael LaShore. I love the way that he ran. He moved very well. Now, he was never a real fast or quick twitch type of player. He was always explosive, had plenty of good power. I thought he looked really well, ran over his feet really well, and moved really good. I think a team is going to take a flyer on him. I think once he gets into camp, he'll be able to make some plays.
All right, Steve Wyche, part of our coverage out here today. He got a chance to talk to a lot of these guys as well. Steve, what's the front page above the fold headline takeaway for you today?
Well, Dan, most of it is that there were some good performances, but mainly a mixed bag. And for a lot of guys, as Solomon and Daniel mentioned, this will be closure. And those aren't my words. Those came from one AFC general manager. However, I spoke to about 7 or 8 personnel guys here who said undoubtedly that there is going to be a sizable portion of players who competed in this Veteran Combine that will be on a 90-man offseason roster. Will they make an active roster? That's up to them once they get with a team. Now, some guys like Felix Jones, like you mentioned, they're trying to hang on. They're trying to get the one more shot. And then there's a guy like Trent Steelman, the former Army quarterback, who's trying to get a shot. As I mentioned, he played at Army, so therefore he had to do a 2-year duty of service. He just completed that at a base down in Savannah, Georgia. He's out here right now. He got an exemption to try to get a shot. He's trying out as a wide receiver, and he told me, I'm just trying to do that Julian Edelman thing. So we've got a cornucopia of kind of personalities and stories out here. But again, the overwhelming thought, some of these guys are going to get a shot. Back to you, Dan.
All right, Steve, thank you. Something that stood out to me, Adam Carricker, who I covered with the Redskins, he walked out. The last thing he did was bench press. Nobody else bench pressed, but he wanted to bench press for the guys. 40 reps of 225, which would have been the most at the Combine this year in Indy.
You know, and I really want to commend guys like Adam Carricker, Felix Jones, Michael Bush, guys who have had some success in the National Football League. I remember when there was a time that if you were a veteran player and you've had some success and then someone said, well, look, in order for you to get back into the National Football League or for you to find a team to play for, you're going to have to come to a regional combine. You're going to have to prove yourself all over again. I know some players that I don't have to do that. I've already shown that I can play. So you got to give these guys a lot of credit for them to be able to come back out and compete to get back onto an NFL roster.
I had a chance to speak with some pro personnel directors who said there's agents. They hound me all the time about their players. Well, we finally got them all on one field. We got a chance to evaluate them. So they're going to be able to make some decisions and hopefully a few fewer phone calls to the pro personnel departments.
Right. Well, everybody's here. 105 players showed up. They talked, the league talked to the teams. These guys were handpicked. These were players that teams were interested in seeing. All 32 teams represented, and who knows, it's going to be a 90-man roster during the offseason. Maybe half of these 105, maybe a quarter, whatever it is. It's going to be interesting to watch and to follow.